Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Operation Frostbite. Japan turned 7 July of 1939. This turn, the Japanese will be building 2 Marines, 2 mountain infantry, an artillery, and a fighter. Now I'll go around and do my research rolls. Okay, we're going to try to move up long-range aircraft. 3, that's going to be a miss, and improved factories. 10, improved factories will move up to the second stage. If I get the right thing. Okay, improved factories at stage 2. All right, for our first combat moves of the day, we're going to go moving this SNLF into Yunnan, along with this infantry and this Marine. Fighter from Formosa will be coming 1, 2, 3, and he'll have enough to get back and land in Kwangtung. The fighter, or the light carrier here with the fighter on it, on that group denoted by that red chip here. That fighter is going to be also 1, 2, and he will have enough range to get back to the aircraft carrier if he survives. So I will set that up on the board and roll it out. Those guys are going up against 4 militia. Okay, as you can see here, I've got the Marine and the infantry will be attacking at 1 because that's into a mountainous territory. SNLF at 2, 2 fighters at 6. So here's 2 at 1, both misses. 1 at 2. Hey, you got a hit with the SNLF. That'll take off one of those guys. And now we have 2 fighters at 6. And both misses. Okay, 4 infantry defending at 2 or better. All misses. Okay, I'll get rid of one of those militia. Now there's still 3 left, so 2 at 1. Both misses. 1 at 2. And the SNLF hits again, so that's going to put another militia in the casualty zone. Now 2 fighters at 6 or less. 1 hit. 1 hit, so they've got 3 militia defending at 2. And those are all misses. Okay. 2 at 1. Both misses. 1 at 2. Couldn't do it a third time in a row. And 2 at 6. Got a 1 and a 10, so that's 1 hit. 1 hit was all we needed to kill the last militia. We'll be rolling his defense now at 2 or less. And he does get a hit, so I will take off the infantry and get that set back up on the board. There's what we have in Yunnan, and I've also cut the Burma Road. Okay, for my second combat move, this battle group you see up here, minus the carrier, minus the light carrier, is going to move 1 space up into C Zone 54. And the 3 transports, from, I had a phone call, I hope that doesn't show up on the screen. The 3 transports from C Zone 56 will be picking up the 3 infantry, moving through here, picking up the SNLF and the 2 artillery, all moving into that zone right there with that chip. I'm just going to put those right up there, picking up all of these and moving into Shantung. I realize the artillery can't get off the boat for a round. I'm going to set that up on the board along with their bombardment shots, and I'll be right back. That attack I didn't say a while ago, but that also 1 fighter from the bombardment group, from the task force there will also be participating in that. And the 2 fighters and the 2 tacticals from Peking right up here, they'll be flying down and involving themselves in that battle as well. I will get that set up and be right back. Okay, there you can see what I've got here. 3 fighters at 6, 2 tacticals at 7, 2 battleship bombards at 4, 1 battle cruiser at 3, and I erred on the side of caution here because the artillery can't get in until the second round, so I only added the 1 heavy cruiser, so to not overdo the amount of shots I'm allowed to take. I've got 4 infantry at 2. No, that's 3 infantry at 2, and 1 SNLF at 3. And there is 1 fighter left behind in Peking. So we'll do the bombards, battleship, 2 at 4. Both misses, 11 and a 7. Battle cruiser at 3, miss, and heavy cruiser at 2. And we did get a hit with the heavy cruiser, so I'm sure he'll take off the cavalry for that since it defends the least. Now 3 at 2, no hits. 1 at 3, SNLF gets a hit. And 3 fighters at 6. 1 hit from the fighters and 2 tacticals at 7 or less. 1 hit from the tactical. So just a wee bit of overkill there. And they will get 2 infantry defenses at 4. And a 3 and a 9. So since they did get a hit, I think that was the first round of combat. Yes, because I didn't move up the artillery. So I guess I will have to take off the SNLF so I don't have to suffer double casualties. And we will move these 3 infantry right there, along with the 2 artillery. All the planes will fly back to where they came from. 1 will be going back to the carrier on the sitting there in that C zone. 2 fighters will be going back to Peking. So there'll be 3 fighters in Peking along with 2 tacticals. And the ships will be going back on the card. Need to put my Japanese roundel on there and move up 2 for that one. I'll double check and see if I moved up 1 for Yunnan a while ago, and I'll be right back. Okay, I hadn't moved up for anything, so 1 for Yunnan and 2 for that one. I think that's right. I'll be right back. Okay, the next battle is going to be these 2 SNLF from Nanking, along with 2 infantry and a Marine walking into right down here, Hunan. And they will also have a tactical join them from the battle group off the carrier. And I will set that up on the board and be right back. Okay, I've got 2 infantry and a Marine attacking at 2, 2 SNLFs at 3, 1 tactical at 7, versus 2 infantry defending at 4 or less. So we will roll 3 at 2. Got 2 hits. 2 hits, that was all we needed. We'll go ahead and roll out SNLF just because I like to see how they work. Oh, they missed. And the tactical is a 6, so that would have been another hit. But they get their 2 defense rolls at 4 or less. 7 and a 2, so I'll be losing 1 of the infantry. And those guys are gone. I'll get that set up and show you what it looks like. Okay, there's the final outcome of that. There are 2 SNLFs, 1 Marine and an infantry there in Hunan. And the tactical bomber flew back to the fleet right here. There it is on it, and the fighter flew back to the fleet. I'm going to move the Japanese up 2 on their income chart, and the Chinese down 2. And I'll be back in. Actually, I need to move the Chinese down 4, I think. I'll be back in a flash. Okay, for non-combat moves, 1 infantry from Hainan Island down here. Use this crossing. You can do that, Quang Tung. So there'll be an extra infantry sitting there with that fighter. 1 infantry, 1 marine, and 1 light tank from Ho Pei are going to move back to Peking. That's right up there. Those units right there will be moving back into Peking with those aircraft. And that will be the end of my non-combat movement. Okay, it's a little crowded there in Peking with 2 tacticals, 3 fighters, a marine, an infantry, and a tank. But that's where they all are. So I'll place units next. Okay, the 2 mountain infantry, the 2 marines, and the fighter will be in Kyushu, that southern factory down there. The other artillery I'm going to place at Rihe, right up there. So there are now 2 artillery, a militia, and a light tank at Rihe. And Japan will collect 31 for the next round. I'll pass this on over to the Ozark Outpost and the Commonwealth. Thanks, guys.